In this video, I'm going to be talking about the whole situation in the ATM industry around the Paramount Ponzi scheme scandal. And I'm going to be talking about this because a lot of investors that look at this opportunity think when they scroll through Google and different things out there that ATM Investors somehow has any piece of this puzzle that happened with Paramount. And I just want to make it very clear that ATM Investors is not associated with Paramount by any means, and I want to talk about how we actually built ATM Investors as a competitor to Paramount. Because as we started this company, Paramount was alive and thriving and had a growing business and an expanding one. So when we created this opportunity, we actually thought about that in mind of how we could differentiate what we do from what Paramount was doing. And the biggest thing that we found as we were looking into Paramount was that there was a big lack of transparency, and that's obviously exploded into, a lot of insights on that transparency over time as we've seen this story unfold. However, what was happening with Paramount is they were running an investment fund, right? So you invested your capital into that fund. You did not really see anything that was happening. You just had a guaranteed rate of return that you were getting paid money in exchange for that investment. And with ATM Investors, we saw a big lack of transparency in that because with Paramount, you weren't able to pull processing reports to see exactly what your ATM units were generating. And you really didn't even own the ATM units, right? You just participated in a fund of ATMs. So when we built ATM Investors, we thought about how we could differentiate our product from what Paramount was doing. And our joint venture model, where we're actually business partners and we're the operational manager of the business, is how we created that differentiation. You own 99.9% of the business, and all we hold is a 0.1% stake to handle the operations of the business. And that was our way of creating full synergy between investors and us as a team to fully be committed to the project. But alongside of that, you get the full transparency that any normal ATM business owner would have. You get direct access to the processing portal to pull your own reports to see what's going on, be able to see the money that's being made, and you get access to the joint venture bank accounts to see how the money flows. Everything is very transparent. And when you invest with us, you are simply transferring your investment into your own business bank account. That business account is through Truist, which is our corporate relationship in banking, and we have full ATM compliance on those bank accounts, and you get full access to that account. So you're able to see the money sitting in the account, you're able to see the money get sent for the acquisition, and then you're able to see the paper trail of when you get paid by the processor, when you get your distributions, and everything is fully transparent in that way. So that was one of the big differentiators that we focused on when we built ATM Investors, was not creating a fund where it has lack of transparency, but creating a partnership to where you have full insights and oversight on every single aspect of how the business operates. Alongside of that, you get a monthly call with us for 30 to 45 minutes every single month where we are reporting to you. You are essentially a board member of the business. We're reporting how the business is producing, what we're looking at to increase profitability, and any changes to the portfolio that have been made. So you are able to have all of the insights of what's happening and be able to see the money movement and how things are actually operating. Very different to how Paramount was operating. And as we've seen over time, things have started to unfold that really there was no ownership. Being able to see the money from the ATMs was completely zero. And as a result, it's unfolded into this big situation that it is now. So ATM Investors is not at all associated with Paramount. Our model was built completely different, and we built it with the intention of full transparency for investors to be able to see every single dollar of how the money flows so that you're comfortable with owning the ATM business and benefiting from the great benefits that it provides.